Guys, welcome back. If you're new, hi, my name is Aditya, and today we are going to create something that is amazing, that is an AI voice travel agent. Okay, so how this works is we talk to an AI and we say that we want to go somewhere. For example, we'll say I want to go to Dubai. I will say I want to leave on the 15th and I want to come back on the 20th, and I want to do skydiving in Dubai. Very simple, and it will create the whole plan for me. For example, it will tell me which airlines there are. It will give me the restaurants, sorry, not the restaurants, the hotels. Then it will also give me the activities, that is the skydiving. I said skydiving, right? Yeah. So skydiving, which places where I can go for skydiving, all of this by just talking for like 2 minutes max. Okay. So now let me just explain you how this looks inside of the make.com. So first we have webhook. When we talk to 11 labs, we take all that data, we put it right here. Then we have Grok instead of Eden AI. Like last time, we didn't use Eden AI, we used Grok. We're going to convert all of that data into airport codes. Now that is actually really necessary because we need to know the location. Then we're going to convert that in. We're going to make sure that all the output is in JSON. We pass the JSON, and here is where the main source comes in. The activities is what we are going to do. For example, as I said, skydiving in Dubai, so it is going to go to the internet and it will find different websites where I can do skydiving. So it will give me the website, it will give me a brief description, it will give me one two websites depending on how much I want. Then hotel, the same thing, it will give me the links of the hotel, some description. Same for the flights. Then finally we have a Grok module which generates the email and finally sends us an email. Here it's a Google Doc because I didn't reauthorize my email connection, and I'll do it after the video. I forgot it. Well, it doesn't matter for now. And now here's how it looks like. So I don't want to keep using my 11 labs, but either way, I'll just show you how it looks because it's pretty cool. So if I click run once here, and if I go back and click test agent.
Hey there, I'm Jessica. How can I help you today?
Hey Jessica, I was hoping to book a trip.
Great, I can definitely help with that. To start, where are you hoping to travel to?
I want to go to Dubai
Okay, great choice. And where will you be departing from?
from India
Okay, I will note that down. When are you planning to leave?
on the 15th
The 15th of what month?
May,
Okay, and when would you like to return?
the 20th of May.
Got it. And how many people will be traveling?
It's just me.
Will there be any activities you want to do?
Yeah, skydiving.
Okay, just to confirm, you're looking to travel to Dubai from India, departing on May 15th and returning on May 20th for one person, and you're interested in skydiving. Is that all correct?
Yes.
Okay, and can I get your email address to send you the travel plan?
Yes, it's aditya2250 at gmail.com.
Okay, great. Please give me a moment to look into this. Okay, I have sent the travel plan to your email.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Happy I could help with your travel plans. Have a wonderful.
Yeah. There's a slight error with the JSON. That's all fine, doesn't really matter though. We'll fix that. So yeah, the only error is that it put these new lines which JSONs don't have. But still, no worries. We got the plan, which I'll copy, go here, and then paste it right here so that we can see what it says. Now it says, your Dubai adventure awaits. We are thrilled to share your travel itinerary with you. Get ready for an unforgettable experience in the vibrant city. Here's the flight, Alaska, departure at this 8:27, 1708 minutes, feature legroom, Wi-Fi for a fee. See the resort. Now this is what is amazing. So it gave me the resort. Here's the first one. Oh, there's like a numbering issue. That's fine. Here's the first one, the name of the resort. Here's the link, the rate per night, the total rate, what things are nearby, what amenities do I get. The same for this one. The activities that I want to do, that is skydiving, so I can do it right here. Another one is right here, and with best regards. So that is what we're going to make today. So let's, now that you've seen the demo, let's start. First thing inside of make.com, what we want to do is we want a webhook. Okay, so I just opened up here, added a new webhook, and I'll just copy the email, head over to 11 Labs. If you don't know what 11 Labs is, it's a website. I forgot the word website. It's a website where you have tons of different voices you can use for whatever is it that you want to do. So under conversational AI, click on AI agent. Sorry, click on agent, click on new agent, blank template. We'll give this a name, AI travel YouTube. And now first we'll go all the way down. We'll add a tool and we'll call this, so we'll give this a name, make. The description will be this this tool will create the travel plan for the user. The method is a post method. We'll paste the URL. Then we'll say collects all the user data and sends a request. We'll add the property. Now, data type string. String technically means it can be a number, it can be a alphabet, anything. It can be a combination of number or alphabets, like in email. Usually, emails are a combination of a number and an alphabet. Like mine is Aditya Chari 2250. So it's number, alphabets. So string technically, data type string means it can be both or it can be either one. So we'll call this, first. Let's do origin, the place where the user is from, or you can just say caller. That's still fine, but whatever. Destination. Let's do destination, the place where the user wants to go. Then we have departure date. Departure date, the date the user wants to go. I'm defining it in very simple English, okay? Then we say return date. Sorry, return date. Oops, not that. The date the user wants to come back. Hmm. Then we want traveler. travelers, the number of traveler. It can be singular, plural, that's fine. Then we'll do activities, the activities the user wants to do. And then finally, email, the email of the user. Okay, we have all these properties. And let me just check, make post, we have the email there, sorry, we have the link there. And then we've added all the parameters. Okay, now we save the tool. Now to make things easy for myself and for you, what I'll do is I'm just going to go back to my support agent. I'm going to copy the prompt and paste it, and I'm going to give you the prompt as well. But because I don't want to spend a lot of time creating this, because otherwise this video will be very long than it's supposed to be. So here is the prompt, and let me just put this here as well. And instead of Jessica, let's do Rachel. Okay. And one more thing, this is very important. We need to change the voice. Otherwise, Rachel is going to sound like a man, which happened when I was testing it out, and it was very funny. So that Jessica's voice is really good. So here's what the prompt says. You're a travel assistant. Your job is to help callers to create a travel plan based on details they provide. Tools, make.com. Use this tool to send the caller details to. This will generate the travel plan. Instruction, extract the required details from the caller. Always send all the details to make.com tool. After you use the make.com tool, please give it a moment to look into this. If you're forced to speak, just say thank you for your patience, I'm almost done. Never say there was an issue with the server. Once the travel plan has been emailed, call the caller cheerfully and let them know. Okay? Now we hit save. Okay, and now we test this agent. So run once, go to conversational AI, test AI agent, and now let's see.
Hey there, I'm Rachel. How can I help you today?
Hey Rachel, I was thinking of booking a trip.
Hey there, I'm Rachel. How can I help you today?
Yeah, I was planning to book a trip.
Okay, I can help with that. To start, could you tell me where you'd like to go?
I would like to go to Dubai
Great choice. And where will you be departing from?
from India.
Okay, and what date would you like to leave? Also, when would you like to return?
15th of May, and I would like to come back on 20 May.
Got it. And how many people will be traveling?
It's just me.
All right. And do you have any activities in mind that you'd like to do while you're in Dubai?
Scuba diving.
Perfect. Finally, could you please provide your email address so I can send you the travel plan?
Yeah, it's aditya2250 at gmail.com.
Okay, I have all the details I need. Just to confirm, you're planning a trip to Dubai from India, departing on May 15th and returning on May 20th for one person, and you're interested in scuba diving. Your email is aditya2250 at gmail.com. Is that all correct?
Could you just repeat my email, please?
Sure, it's aditya2250 at gmail.com.
Yeah, it's aditya2250 at gmail.com.
Perfect, thank you. Please give me a moment to look into this. Thank you for your patience. I'm almost done. I have emailed you the travel plan.
Okay, so I guess we had an issue right here. What we'll do is there's an issue with make.com. No worries. I guess we do. Okay, nah.
Hey there, I'm Rachel. How can I help you today?
Yeah, I was planning to book a trip.
Hey there, I'm Rachel. How can I help you today? To start planning your trip, could you please provide me with some details? Where are you departing from? Where would you like to go? When are you planning to leave and return? How many travelers? What activities would you like to do? And your email.
Yeah, so I'm leaving from India. I want to go to Dubai. I want to leave on the 15th of May and want to come back on the 20th of May. And I'm planning to do scuba diving in Dubai. And finally, my email is aditya2250 @gmail.com.
Okay, I have a few more questions. Could you please specify the year for your departure and return dates? Also, how many people will be traveling?
The year is 2025. And it's just me, solo traveler.
Okay, I have all the details I need. To confirm, you're departing from India on May 15th, 2025, returning on May 20th, 2025, traveling solo to Dubai, and you're interested in scuba diving. Your email is aditya2250 at gmail.com. Is that correct?
Yes.
Perfect. Please give me a moment to look into this. Thank you for your patience. I'm almost done. I have emailed you the travel plan. Is there anything else?
Okay, so after that, now you've seen it talk. We got all the data. Actually, I got all the data, but I've freaking reloaded my screen. So, okay, so we tested it out, we got all the data, that's fine. Now, what we do is we set multiple variables and we say, you see, yeah, we have all the data right here. It ran properly, that's fine. So, first, we need to do, since I'm not going to run this again and again, I'm just take all of this and just hard code my data in here. Got my email, then the origin, that is India, then travelers, we have one, then activities, we have, I said scuba diving, right? Did I say skydiving? If I'm not wrong, I said scuba diving. Okay, you know what? Either way, that's fine. Skydiving, let's do skydiving. Skydiving in Dubai is actually a dream. Destination Dubai, then we have departure date, and we have, that is usually just, you know what, we should actually do it a number instead of a string. We should do the number. So you can change that. Instead of string, you can also do a number, so it just outputs the number. And oh, sorry, the departure date is 15th, not 20th, and the return date is 15. Okay, the return date is 20. What am I doing? Okay, now I will unlink this webhook, put this right here. Now after this, we want is an AI, we want Grok. So now I'll go to create a chat completion. Now you might know how to create the, add the connection I showed you in the last one. We'll go select this one. Now I'll just go back, quickly copy all the prompt. You don't have to worry, I'll put all this prompt in a Google Sheet somewhere down in the description so you guys can copy. But if you don't want to do any of this, I'll have the blueprints also down in the description. You can just click these three dots, click on import, put in the blueprint, and you'll have all of this ready. Don't have to do the hassle of doing anything, any of these. Okay. Now we go to user, then we paste in this prompt, and I'll explain all the prompts. Don't worry, because I've got your back. Okay. Now what do I say in all these prompts? First, I say turn the origin and destination into airport codes. Make sure that the departure date and the return date are in the future, not in the past. Here is the current date and time. So I'm giving it the current date and time so that it knows that it is 12th May 2025. So sometimes what happens with make.com is, let's say I said make the booking for 15th of May. So if I don't give it the current date and time, what make.com will assume is that 15th of May 2024. So in order to avoid those mistakes, we give it the current date and time. Then we return all the output in JSON format. All the fields are required. Make sure you don't add anything before the JSON, like these things that we've seen previously. Make.com does it a lot. Not just make.com, it's just AI does it. And not even here is the JSON output, just the JSON. And then we give it the input, which I'll just remove all of this, and finally this one. And let me just add all of this data: the destination, the departure date, and the return date. And now finally we say make sure that the dates are in year, month, day format, because we're going to use this date format to the other sections as well. So in the HTTP we want this date format. Don't add your own variables, always start and end with the bracket. Use this format. All right. Now we're going to parse this output. So let's just add that and then we'll run this parse JSON. We're going to go here, we'll input the result, let's save. Now let's run this. Ignore the warning, run anyway. All of the three of them ran perfectly. Let's look at the result. Now it says, see, origin India IND, perfect. Destination Dubai DXB. Departure date is 2025 5/15. Return date is 2025 5/20. And it has also passed it, which is perfect. Now here is where we are going to have to break our heads. So first we'll go to an HTTP make a request module. And now first, we want to add a URL. Which URL do we want to search? So first, go into tavly.com. Okay, this is what you know. This is what your home page or your dashboard would look like. You have your API key right here. So on the left hand side, go to API Playgrounds and then click on Shell. Then here you'll see it says curl, which is exactly the format that you want. It says post request. Here is the URL that you want to input. So you copy this and go back, you paste it right here. The method is a post method, It says post right here. The content type is application JSON. It says H, which means header, and it says content type application JSON. So you just copy this, you copy this. Let me just close this curtain because I can't see anything now. So it says content type. Okay, now what you need to do is you need to copy all of this. So it says H here, that means it's a header. So just copy this content type, copy that, go back here, add a header. The name is content type. The value, go back to Tavli, is application slash JSON. Copy this, go back, paste it right here. Then we add another header, it's authorization. So I'll just copy this. In the name, I've put authorization. Then I'll copy the bearer, go back, paste the value, and then now you put your API key right here. I'm not going to paste in my API key because you should never ever show your API key to anybody. So you paste in your API key. Then under body type, click on draw. The content type is again application JSON. And here is where what you need to do. Go back to Tably and you see all these parameters right here. Just change all those parameters from what they are. So under query, I'll just put A, change this to news, change this to advanced, for day, basic. Just add all the things that you can see right now. Okay. Now here you see this JSON right here. Now copy this JSON and paste it inside of make.com and do the following changes that I tell you to do. Okay. So in my case, what I'll do is I'll just remove this HTTP module and I'll just copy this thing and I'm gonna paste it right here. Another cool feature of make.com, you can just shift between scenarios. So here I have set everything. Now this is what you want to do right now. You want to say activities that you want to do. So I'll say skydiving space in the destination where I want to say is Dubai. So inside of query is like the search bar. So what do you want to search? I want to search the activity in Dubai. So skydiving in Dubai. Topic is a general topic. The search depth is basic. Maximum result 3. Time range null. Days 3. You can copy this. I'll have the blueprints, everything in the description. You can just import it. You don't have to do all of this. And make sure to turn the past response to yes. And now hit save. One headache gone. Now two more headaches. The other thing that we need to do is another HTTP module, make a request. Now for this one, what do we need to do is we need to go to SERP API. Okay. Now when you go to SERP API, what will happen is once you log in, you will see this manage API and above the manage API, you will have your API key again, which I won't show you. Then on the left hand side, you will see all these API keys. Okay, not all these APIs, you see all these things. So first do is we'll do the Google Hotel API. So click on Google Hotel API. And now what you want to do is you want to put this into the search bar. Not in the search bar, inside of the HTTP module. So so you copy this. Don't copy the question mark. You enter it here. Then the request is get because it says get right here. And then you need to do the following. First, you need to engine equals to Google Hotel. Now Now see how it says engine equals Google Hotel. Now you need to add this into the query parameter because it says here a user may query the following. Okay, so this goes into the query. So under the query string, you can go right here, copy this, go here, paste it again, do the same thing, Google underscore hotels, paste it right here. Okay. Now we need to add more query parameters. Now what do we need to add? First, you need to add all the required queries. So queue required. Then we need the check-in date required, checkout date required. You see, it says year, month, date format. This is why I told you to keep it in that format because we're going to use that. So we need the queue, we need the check-in date, we need the checkout date, and what else do we need? The engine we did, Google Hotels, and the API key. That's the only thing. Okay, so we only need four things. So now what we need to do is just write queue, write queue. Okay, so okay, so under queue, what? So just write queue, and now under queue, what do you need to write? So if you just read this, it says parameter defines a search query. You can use anything you would use in the Google hotel search. So it is already doing a hotel search. So where do we need the hotel? So we just put the destination. If I just go down, we'll just put the destination Dubai. So that is hotel in Dubai. Now it searches on itself, hotels in Dubai. Then we want the check-in date. So we'll just go back here. We will copy this check-in date, paste this right here. Don't add, make sure that there are no extra spaces. We can add the departure date. Yep. Then we have the checkout date. Copy that. Go back here. Paste that in. Value. That will be the return date. And finally, we have the API key. So go all the way down. API key. And then you put your API key right here. Okay. Which I'm not going to show you again. So, and we can pass the response as well for this one. So, but before that, let me just check. Okay. So you can put your own API key right now. You'll put your own API key right here. Then under content type, we'll just do this again. Content application JSON. We'll pass the response and we'll hit save. Okay. Now I'm going to delete this module. I'm going to copy paste it from my previous section because that is what I want to use. I won't show you this because I have my API key right there at the end. So okay, so I just need to make a few changes. Okay, so one more thing we need to add. Okay, before the API key, we need to add the adults as well. Okay, the number of travelers. That is also fine. So let me just quickly change everything. The departure date is right here. The check-in date is right here. The adults is the travelers. So hmm, oop, don't want to go down. Yeah, so that is all set. Now another thing that you need to do is we have the activities, we have the hotel. Now finally for the flight, exact same thing we are doing for the flight. Make a request, go to Google Hotels, but instead of that we go to the flight. Okay, and now the same thing, http, copy this, get request, put this. Now you guys understand, okay? I or you can, or the best thing you can do, you know what, first let us see what are the required parameters. Hmm. We have the engine, okay, and we have the API key, so those are the only required parameters. What else do we need? Let's see. The airport code, yes, we do need that. So departure ID is a must, arrival ID is a must. Hmm. I don't remember if we do need the outbound date on the return date. Do we need that? I need to check. Okay, apart from that, I don't think we need anything else. We don't need anything else. So the things that we need is the departure ID, that is the airport code. You see, defines the departure airport code or location. Okay, so let me just check quickly. What did we put? Yeah, so we need the departure ID, we need the arrival ID, we need the adults, and finally the API key. Okay, so it is, so in here there are only three things that we need. So in here we only need a couple of things: in the departure ID, the arrival ID, and um, there are no required parameters. The engine we've already put that. The API key also we know, and yeah, I guess that's it. And the adults, yeah, the number of travelers that are traveling, adults. So what you can do, the best thing is you can just copy this exact same here and just change a few things. That is it. So how to do that is take this, Control C, Control V it, copy it here. Oh, I can't show you the bottom section, but still okay. So in here it is, we need to go to the flights. It is going to be the same thing. Just need to change the engine to Google underscore flights. Just change from hotels to flights. The queue. Okay, now we need to change this. So what that will be is the departure ID. So I'm going to copy that. Control C, and the departure ID is going to be origin, and the arrival ID will be right here, and that would be destination DXB. The adults are the number of travelers, and then all you need to do is under the API key, put your own API key, okay, which will be the API key, which will be the same API key. Doesn't make any difference because you have a single API key for both of these. So now you hit save and then just rename this from hotels to flights, and it's saved. Okay, so now we've dealt with most of the headaches. You might not feel like it's a headache, but believe me, it is a headache. Now, create a chat completion. So now we want to create a nice message, an email with all that you saw. So we're going to pick up this model, go to the system message, and now I'm just going to copy paste it, because let me just show you why I'm going to copy paste everything, because it is a very big prompt. So without getting down, just give me 2 minutes so that I can copy paste everything, and then I can explain to you guys what this exactly is. Okay, don't be frustrated, please, guys. I know it looks all complicated. Well, it is though. See, now we need to map all the things back. And then finally, we just paste it right here. So now what I've said is the system prompt is you're a helpful and intelligent email writer that specializes in travel plans. You must output and not and output an email subject line and a body in separate parameters. User, you will receive the information about a vacation plan. Break the email into three sections: flight, resorts, and activities. Output format, the email must be structured in HTML that will be sent through email. Use headers to separate the section. The should contain the travel date and the arrival location. Introduction, the goal is of this section is to get the travelers excited about their upcoming trip. You must add horizontal lines before the section before the flight section. Flights, list the departure and return date. List the flight and details about each one. Okay, so it can output more than one. Resorts, list each resort with a clickable link as the name of the resort. Number the list resorts. Leave a new line between the resort name. Activities, list the activities with a clickable link as the name of the activity. Provide a brief description about each activity. Sign off the email in a friendly way. Sign off as Jennifer. Do not output more than 1,000 words. So it is very basic English. So what I've said is I want the name, and I want the name to be along with the click. The name should be a clickable link. Okay. So, sometimes it says when you click sign here, it's when you click sign up. If you remember in Typeform, when we were making the recruitment automation, we made a Typeform, and we added a Loom video link, and we said you can sign up from here, and we created that sign up as a link. So if you remember, recall that you can do that. So in this case, AI does it for you. And then here is the biggest problem that we have to solve. So, hashtag means in Markdown, it is the headline. So, first is flight from the origin, that is from India, to the destination, that is Dubai, on the departure date, and here's the return date. Okay. Now, all this in black means that it doesn't exist right now. I mean, it will exist, but so how do you understand what is written right here? To understand that, I'll just remove everything. Wait, instead of remove, let me just see if I can make you guys understand it. I did not hit save. You know what? I'll just copy this, go back here, paste it in. Let's see if that works. Yep, there we go. Perfect. We just hit save. Okay. Now we're gonna change the origin with their origin. The destination is Dubai. The date is 15th and the return date is 20th. Now, if I go, now first is the data about the flight, of how many minutes the flight is going to be, and you know which is the flight, what amenities do we have in the flight and everything. So inside of flight we have to run this, but before that let us run all of this. So if I click run once, let's see if everything we've set up till now, well, there's an error at the beginning. You see, this is why sometimes it throws an error. Now it started with a bracket, it didn't end with a bracket. Let's run this again. Okay. Parameter can be non-negative integer only. What do you mean by non-negative integer? I said the traveler is 1. Does it mean a value? Okay, let's just input a value and let's see. I guess it turned it into a number. Sorry, it turned it into word. That's why. And let me just do the same here, otherwise it will throw an error here as well. So for now, let's just hard code this. We can do this minor changes later on, but for now we just want the system to run. Okay, the activities ran properly. Okay, now we have a small error here, which is outbound date missing. Okay, did I miss it? Okay, so it threw an error saying that the outbound date is missing, so we need to add the outbound date. So outbound date. So I went and checked back, so we need to add those two things. That is the departure date, and then we all will also add the, sorry, the return date as well, because if you're going, we'll come back. Okay, and now we'll hit save. Let's run this again once more. Now I guess it will run properly. Yep, there we have it. Now we have all the data. So if you go into the data section, you see you have all this data which we're going to use now. So let's connect this here. Now if I go down, so first we need which airline are we going through. So now we need to know what is our, which is our airline. So first, if you go to flights, then you go to, I guess not airports, best flights. Okay, so under flights you go to data, and then under data you go to best flights, and under best flights you'll see a section called as flights, and inside of the flights you'll see the airline. It says United. It's a Boeing 777. So what you'll do is we'll remove this. Oops. First we'll add which flight are we taking. So I'll just click this. So it says under data best flight, and under of best flights, and under best flights in the flight section, and under best flights there's a flight section, and under that flight section you have an airline. Okay, then I added a comma, and then we want the departure time of that said flight. So when is the departure time? So if we go to departure airport, you'll see the time, and we'll just click that, and then finally the duration of how long the flight is. Let me close this, and you will see it was somewhere here. The duration is 795 minutes. Okay, you need to add minutes. Then the feature, or what is the feature of this flight? So you know the leg space and everything that we mentioned. So just remove this, and I will add. See, you see under flight it says the leg room extension. So you just under extensions add this. So all the features, it will just mention all of them. And then under pricing. we have the price and we have the type. So what does that mean? So first, you see, under the same section you have the price right here. So I'm just going to add that. And under the type, oh no, 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 we don't. If I'm not wrong, there's supposed to be a minimum price and a maximum price. I guess this doesn't have it. Okay, that's fine. And then under type, we'll just remove that, and we'll just put type is round trip. Okay, we've done with that. Now we are going to go with the resort. First, we need the name of the resort. So let me just close this. And now hotels. So under that, so under data, you'll go to properties, and under of properties, we need the first one, that is the name. So we'll remove that. We'll add the name. Then we need the link. So we'll add the link which is right below it. Then we need the image, which under images, you'll click the original image, then rate per night. So if I go to prices, go to rate per night, okay, this has the lowest price. And then we'll click the lowest, remove this, and then we'll have the total rate. Yep, there we go. Above, sorry, below rate per night, you have the total rate. Click on the lowest and what nearby places you can visit. Now, I know it is getting more out of hand, but try to stay with me here. Okay, you just need to do this once. Okay, you just need to figure this section out only this one time, and then you can just copy paste it and do the same thing over and over again. Okay, and it's the same thing down below also. Down below. So, nearby places. So, what are the places nearby the hotel that we can explore? So, we want that. So, we go down and you, if you don't want to find, just click right here nearby and you'll see nearby places. Okay, so under nearby places, we have the name, we have the transportation. Okay, so only these three are the data that we actually need. So what I'll do is, first I'm going to remove this, and then I'll add the name. Okay, and then in between this I'm going to add one. Now why did I add one? Because what we set to do is, we asked it to provide us with three different results. Okay, now it is not necessarily going to give us three results every single time, but we've set it in a way that we wanted to give us three results. So when I add one, it will give me one result, the first result. When I say two, the second result. Three, the third result. So on and so forth. I hope you get it. Okay, then we add, now we want to add the transportation. So what we'll do is remove this, and then under transportation, hmm, okay, so first we'll add the type. Okay, and then in between this we'll add the first one. hmm. Okay. So now what I'm saying is, on the transportation, the first one is walking. You can go walking, you can go to this place walking, and then I'm going to remove this final one, and then we're going to add the duration of how long will it take if I go by walking. It is just 5 minutes. Okay, now copy this whole thing and then remove this. And here's the most refreshing, most satisfying part. Just paste it in. Okay, but before pasting in it, wait, let me just, yeah, okay. From here, so I need to make this 2, this has 2, and this has 2. Okay, then let me just do an enter so that I don't forget. And then we'll do this 3, 3, and then finally here as well, 3. Now we can just remove this backspace. Okay, now we have that set up. Now we'll go to the amenities. So again, find amenities. Okay, I'm gonna take this, remove it. What amenities do we have? We have the air conditioning. Okay, that was for the first hotel. Now you can do first resort. You can do the exact same thing for the second resort as well. Okay, like how I did here. But for now, I'm just gonna remove all that because you don't want to see me do it again and again. Now we'll just go to the activities. Okay, so hotels done. Now the activities. Now this is the final section. Stay with me, guys. You're there. You're just there. Okay, so under the activities, first we want the name of what we are going to do. So under data, we have the title. So first we'll put the title, and then in between this, we'll just add one. Then we'll add the URL, add one. Then we want the description, which is the content. Right underneath it, again we'll write one. Okay, and I'm just gonna remove this for now. And that is it, guys. That is it. I've made it as simple as I can. And now finally, after this, we just pass the JSON as always. We enter the result right here. And finally, I'll add it to Google Sheet. Sorry, Google Doc. My brain's not working anymore. Okay, let's do this travel plan. The content is the 16. So 16 dot body. I'm doing this because I'm don't want to run it and then connect it again. So I'm just going to do it, connect it before I run it. I mean, the that specific parameter does exist, so I don't have to worry. So now let's run it one more time and let's see. Okay, there's a problem with the JSON. Even if there's a problem, I must have meaning. That's okay. Let me just change that because that was a problem last time as well. Let's say never add new lines in a JSON. All new lines should be represented by backslash n. Oops, backslash n. Yep. Let's save this. Run this again. Hope this is the last time we run it. I know you guys are also fed up. Yes, we finally made it, guys. Finally done. So if I just click on this web view link, I hope. Let's see. Moment of truth. There we go. We finally done it, guys. So here's your flight details. Flight from India to Dubai returning on May 20th. Alaska departing on 8:27 to 79-minute flight duration. Average leg room round trip is $1353. Here's the hotel. The rate per night. Okay, the rate per night is kind of missing, but total rate is this. You have the breakfast. You have all these things nearby. The activities, here is the activities, and warm regards, Jennifer. So guys, we finally made it after a whole hour long dedication. And now, the only thing that you need to do is just connect this here, connect the webhook, remove the, not remove, just connect this here before the set multiple variables, and you are all done. And all you need to do is test it using 11 labs, talk to it, and then see what happens. Okay, with